Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible in order to write the book to put together the prophecy of Israel, which I call the Book of Zion. I published the Book of Zion along with its commentary, the Pot Smoker's Bible, on YouTube at Pot Smoker's Bible, all in lowercase. I suggest that you go and start from the beginning and see the entire video series. The first, um, the first part of the series is the publication of the Pot Smoker's Bible and the corresponding Book of Zion, which is the prophecy of Israel put into its logical order. Now, since I published the entire prophecy of Israel in the Pot Smoker's Bible, I have been explaining the concepts that I discussed in the book Pot Smoker's Bible. And one of those concepts is the concept of the actualization of magic through the quantum field using quantum theory and spiritual knowledge gained from the study of all religious texts on the planet. That's how I got to be who I am and where I am. And today, I have been leading up to um, the ability for us as a group to create the prophetic nation of Zion. Now, I have taught you that in order to access the quantum field and to be the actual creators of reality, that you have to find your stillness, your peace. You have to be able, but once you find that stillness and peace, you will also find your oneness with the universe and reality, the quantum field. This is an interface between the past and the present, and the future, the now in which we live, and the manipulation of our spirit, our soul, using our emotions and our desires to actualize through physical means invention how to create reality. Now that I've taken you through the process of how to enter the quantum field, how to manipulate reality, how to create what you want in the future by actualizing it in the present through fantasy, belief, and the manipulation of matter in the scientific method to actualize your thought forms, how reality works. Simply put, a very simple equation, so to speak, but very hard to attain because the first part of the equation is the singularity of the individual within the quantum field, the I factor. Now, once we attain the quantum field and learn how to manipulate it to create the things that we need and desire, now we are in a position to affect the quantum field, to affect reality. Now, as I have mentioned in prior episodes, numbers matter. Statistics mean something in the quantum field because reality is based on numbers. So we have the individual person as the first part of our equation, plus their invention, what they create. Now we add to that the numbers. Now I've told you in the last episode how a radio went from a thought form, from a concept, to a real active physical thing that is finite of itself and does not need to be believed in to be real. Once you get something to that stage, then it has a basis in fact on its own. Now, this works for objects like cups, but it also works for concepts like money. Money is a concept that we put into a physical form. Money is a thing. We can touch it, feel it, it's real. But we have to make it because it's based on concept of greed, of value, of all that crap. But it's the numbers that matter. Because no matter what is invented, if the population doesn't embrace it and realize it, actualize it in the form that you give it, it's not going to last. Failed inventions are an example of that. It doesn't matter how grandiose your thought is, if nobody believes it, or follows it, or embraces it, it's not actualized and it fails. So, no matter how much I know that I am Zion, because I've done everything that Zion is said to have done, because I've actualized her within myself, and I've pursued her and made her real in the real world by becoming her. Until you embrace me as Zion, I'm just a potential. Now, the prophecy says that I will succeed. That's part of the prophecy, is that I succeed in doing this crazy flipping of everything upside down, which is to bring forth the controversy of Zion. Now, the controversy of Zion has been a real thing since it was conceptualized 3,000 years ago by the prophecy. But it was always a potential until the potential Zion became a real, actual person, who I am. Once I became the actual person Zion foretold, following the template of the Zion foretold, I step into those shoes. Now, until I stepped into those shoes and took that role on, it was always a potential that would someday be actualized, but not now. When I stepped into those shoes, fulfilled that role, I made Zion now. I actualized Zion in the physical plane by taking on her characteristics, by fulfilling the prophecy according to her prophecy, thus actualizing Zion. Now, when I've actualized her, brought her into physical form, now it's not up to me to carry that form forward. It's up to you. You have to embrace Zion. You have to embrace me as a person, Zion as the prophetic figure, Israel as the foretold medium of that prophetic figure, and the actualization of everything through Zion the figure. So I've done my part. I've done everything that I could up to this moment to create everything necessary for you to embrace the concept of Zion. Now, whether it's me, the person who has sought to fulfill the prophecy, which it says it will be me that fulfills it, but if I fail, somebody else can step into the shoes of Zion and fulfill it for real, following in my footsteps and actualizing through you what I'm trying to do today. Someday, some woman will fulfill the role of Zion to a T and actualize the prophecy, and others will follow her, making it real. Then reality will follow the steps she's laid out. And the new heaven and new earth that is foretold by her actions and events will become the real reality that we will live in. And once you understand how beautiful Zion the nation, Zion the world, Zion the future is, you can embrace her future. I can fulfill the role of Zion, the physical woman, the woman who is barren, that can't have children, the woman who sings. I sing. The woman who had a very traumatic, shameful childhood. I was sexually molested during my entire childhood. What's more shameful than being molested? It's like these things I innately was before I ever read the Bible. I was barren. I was a singer. I was molested as a child. I fell in love with the man who rejected me in my youth, just as the prophecy said. So by fulfilling that particular nook of Zion, I actualized her within myself. I said, wow, that's me. I am that person. Now, I could have said, wow, that's me. I'm that person. I'm fucking nuts. Send me to the psycho ward. Give me pills and let me go to church. But I didn't. Instead, I prayed. Well, I had been praying before that and had my prayers answered. So it was like, when I got to that point, it was like, whoa, there I am. Damn, now what? What does this mean? Where do I go from here? How do I make this real? And so I studied. I did the actual work that needed to be done. And I made it real. And by making it real within myself, I made it real within the world. And now that it is real within the world, you have the opportunity to embrace or reject it. And because I've actualized it in the real world, there's going to be ramifications. Reality itself will see to that. Someday somebody will watch one of these videos that will say, ha, and they will show it to their friends, and their friends will show it to their friends, and everybody will go, wow, that's fucking cool, let's do this. And that's how the Zion will be created. It won't be just me doing it. It will be you hearing me talk about this and going, wow, this is fucking cool. I want to know how she does this. I want to be able to do this too. And I want to, what's her dream? What is Zion? What is this nation that she talks about? And wow, we live in a really fucked up world. And she's talking about a world. What is she talking about? What is the world that she's talking about? Well, there's the dream. I want to create a society where everyone is free, where everyone has the potential to become the greatest person that they personally can be. Fuck America being great. Let each individual on the planet be great. Because unity, numbers matter. And if we all believe in a better society and we all take the actual steps to make that better society, we can make Zion real. We can make the dream real. So embrace my dream, or at least hear my dream out, then decide for yourself. May the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy, pursue your joy, be your joy, and spread your joy. Stay happy and high if you use drugs. You have every right and reason to. Know that I love you. Later, because I'll never say goodbye.